easier than myself. Thank you. Don't judge me. I don't know. That's just rude. Hi everyone, welcome back. I had filmed videos for January and February and then I never edited them, so I just posted them. So I'll link the last one here and then you can just keep watching back if you want. Anyway, as most of you know, I used to live in Texas and I moved to Mexico for college, university, I don't know. So I've been living here for the past couple months and I thought I would tell you guys my top 3 worst moments being here by myself. I love Mexico. I was born here, like I am from here, but I haven't, like, apart from this year, like my life hasn't been here. So when I moved back, it was a lot of stuff I had to get used to again. And you know what I mean? Like it's just not the same vibes that I'm used to. I'll go from worst to like least worst. The first one is I got stranded in an area I've never been in before. It was in first semester, but I needed scrubs for like an event that I was going to. And I didn't have scrubs, so I asked in the little, you know, college group chat where I could find some because I don't shop for that. I don't know where that is. And I couldn't order it online because I needed it in like 2 days. Like I found out last second, right? And so they told me this place that they recommended and I was like, oh cool. Didn't even Google it or check for anything else that was closer to me. Like I just took it and went with it, okay? I ordered my little Uber to the place. It's a really long drive, but I thought it only felt long because there was traffic and it was raining. I didn't realize it was actually long and it was actually far. It was like half an hour away or something. I get dropped off and the place looked really cutesy, but around it looked really sketchy. Like across the street, not like across the street, like 6 lanes over across the street, it looked pretty cutesy. Like specifically where I was at, it was giving scary. It was giving sketchy. It was getting like a little darker because I didn't go early. I went like in the afternoon to evening and I was like, it's fine, it'll be quick, I'll be in and out, like it'll be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Before I got in the Uber, I was on a call with my brother and my dad for a couple minutes on FaceTime call, and then my best friend called me and we were on the phone like the entire Uber ride. So I didn't realize that all of that drained my battery. So I get inside the place and it was empty. There was nobody inside the little scrub shop. So I was also like, what is going on? And I thought they were closed. And so I knocked on the door because it wasn't even like opening. And I was like, are you open? And she was like, yeah, come on in. They only let in 1 person at a time. I didn't know that. And it also threw me off. This was also another moment of mine that the neurons weren't firing. In Spanish, scrubs are called pitufos, which to me, a pitufo is a Smurf, okay? The little animal character thingies, that's what they're called in Spanish. So when they told me that I needed a pitufo, I thought that was just like the name of a color. Like I needed blue scrub specifically because I had no freaking clue. Like I didn't know that's what they were called. So I go into the place and she's like, what are you looking for? And I was just like, I don't know, I guess like a blue one. Like, I don't know. And she's like, okay, but like what type, what size, what style? And I was like, girl, I don't know. They asked me for a pitufo. Like, I don't know what color that is. And she's like, these are pitufos. Like pitufos are scrubs. And I was like, that's so embarrassing. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I picked a random color I thought I liked, like a navy-ish blue. And then she shows up with 5 different styles of scrubs. And I was just like, she was like, this is this fabric, this like stretchier, this has this pocket but not this pocket. And I was like I don't know what's better. Like I'm not educated in this. I low-key stared at her for like a minute. Like I have no clue. And she was like, do you want to go try them on? And I was like, yes, please. And so I did, and I picked one that I really liked. Like the waistband was really good and it wasn't tight and the pants looked nice and like it was just great. And I only bought one, so it's the one that you guys see me in if I post on my stories and stuff on Instagram. And I come out and I buy it and I'm like, thank you so much. She puts it in this cute little like case bag and I'm like, okay, perfect. Like check that off my list. I'm good to go. At this time it was like really dark outside, like pitch black basically. And it wasn't even that late. It was just like really dark out. and it was also still a little rainy. This is when I realized I don't even know what area I'm in. I don't even know how to get home. I don't even know how far away my home is. I ordered my Uber, right? And it says he's like 16 minutes away. And I was like, that's fine. I can deal with that. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And like 10 minutes go by and he cancels on me. And I was like, girl, I order another one, right? I'm getting a little like anxious at this point because I'm just standing outside of the store, but in the little like stores in a row, and then like a sidewalk this thick, like tiny space, and it's dark and it's in a really scary looking area, and it's nighttime, and there's like people walking past me, and I'm just standing there like I'm young. I looked pretty cute that day, I don't know, and I was just like, I was kind of stressing. They were like 14 minutes away, and I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Keeps going to like 14, 12, 17, 14, 16, 14, 18, 12, 18, 12, 20. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is this Uber never gonna get here? Like, what is happening? So I'm like, you know what, forget it. I cancel it. It's like starting to really stress out because there's also like this train that's passing by like where I am. Like it's really traffic packed, which is like that's why they're taking so long. But I'm like getting like anxious because I'm like, I need to go home. Like I have things to do and I don't even know where I am. You know how on Uber there's like an option to like have a cheaper ride if you wait a certain amount of time. So since everyone was trying to go home at that time, now it was like peak hour and there's a ton of traffic, the prices were really high, and I had just spent a lot of money on my scrubs, so I didn't want to take another like I didn't want to take an expensive Uber home, and the prices has gone up after I canceled that Uber. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait a long time anyways, might as well. So I click on the one that's cheaper, and it's like a 20-minute wait, and I'm like, that's fine. I go back on the app after 20 minutes and it says it's looking for a driver for me, and it stays like that for another like 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. Like I actually like freaking out. It selects a driver for me, and it says that the driver is like 16 minutes away again, and I'm like, okay. And that's when I realized my phone was at like 6%, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have a portable charger with me. I don't even know where I am. My phone has been really weird lately where it dies anywhere from like 3% to 6%. Like it just does not turn on again. Or it just like turns on for a second and turns back off, even though it's not at like 1 or 0. I'm just gonna use my phone now to check for the time. I wait like 12 minutes. I look back and it still says like another 14-minute wait, and I'm like, oh my god. And my phone's like at 4% now. My phone shuts off, and I'm like, I keep trying to turn it on to cancel it because I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna call my aunt that lives here, but she's still like a little far. Like I don't really ever want to bother her or use her just for rides, so like I don't really ask her to come get me or anything like that. My phone just keeps shutting off and shutting off and shutting off, and so I'm like, okay, I wait like another 15-16 minutes and the Uber's not showing up, and now I'm really scared and I'm really stressed, and it's getting like at this point I've been waiting like 2 hours. I don't know, like I've been waiting a really long time because I just keep waiting for the Ubers and they never show up. So I'm stressed. I go back into the scrub store, like I knock on it again, and I'm like, hey girl, like do you have an iPhone charger? And she was like, no. Majority of people here use Androids or Samsungs, or I don't even know what they are, but they're not iPhones. And I didn't know that, especially in the area that I was in. Nobody has freaking iPhones. I was like, okay, well, do you have like a phone that I could borrow maybe? And I was just gonna turn my phone on again and just check my aunt's contact and call from there, right? So she's like, yeah. She hands me a landline phone. The second that I click my contacts app to check my aunt's contact, it shuts off and does not turn on again. Like it's completely off. It says I need to charge it. Like it's not coming back to life anytime soon. I don't know my aunt's number. I don't know my godparents' number. I don't know anybody's number here. I don't have anyone's number memorized. The only numbers that I have memorized are my mommy's and my dad's, okay? And they live in a different country. So I was like, oh my god. And I didn't even know if I could call them, like my parents, from that phone. So I was just like, it's fine, like thanks anyway. I leave the store and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get home. I can't just ask a random person for a ride. I don't know anyone's numbers. Like, I am stressing, okay? I was like on the verge of tears. I just start walking to see if I can find some store that might sell phone chargers, like an Office Max or something, and buy one and find somewhere to plug it in. Like, I don't know. I go into 3 different, like, Office Max, Office Depot, something, to check, like, the ones that I found along the way, and none of them had iPhone chargers, neither the people working there or selling them. And I was like, how do these stores not have iPhone chargers? Like, I feel like it's such a thing that they would have. I end up coming across this little, like, small plaza thing, and there's an HEB there, like an HEB Plus kind of vibe. I go in there, I search everywhere, I find, finally, the cable and the cube. And I was like, thank God. I buy both of them. I keep walking. I find a Starbucks. I literally run up to the Starbucks. I sit outside and I just plug it in, like the first outlet that I see. And like at this point, I'm a little more calmed down because I'm like, okay, like it's working, it's charging, like we're gonna be okay. My phone finally turns on, and I have text messages from my mom and my dad because they had been waiting for me to text them when I got home. Obviously, I hadn't gotten home. It had been like 3 hours and I was at home. And so I told them, and my dad was really sweet about it. And then my mom like got mad at me for not having a fully charged phone. And I'm like, girl, like I did charge it. I just accidentally wasted all of the battery. I call my aunt, and the second that I hear her voice, I literally break down crying because I had been so stressed the entire time that I wasn't gonna get home, that I was gonna get killed or kidnapped or something was gonna happen to me. And so the second that I heard her like start speaking and ask like what's going on, I cried. Like I was like crying, and she was like, what's wrong? Because obviously she didn't know any of this is happening. So she was like, oh my God, like what is wrong? Like what's happening? And I'm like, girl, like I'm stranded. I don't know where I am. I've been here for hours. Like please come pick me up. Like please, my phone died. Like I need you. And she was like, oh my God, like it's okay. Like I'm coming right now. I'll text you when I'm on the way and when I'm like right there. And I'm like, thank you. So she came and picked me up. I love her. Thank God. She saved me that night. She picked me up, we went to buy snacks and some dinner, and we went to her house and we had dinner there, and then she took me back home, and I was like, thank you so much. Like that was the most traumatizing experience that I've had here. I was so scared for my life. I found out later that that place is a very unsafe place, and it's a place that's very difficult to get to and out like from, because the roads are really weird and the train passes through there and everything. So my parents were like, why would you even go there? Like that's so stupid. Like that's the worst place you could possibly be in, especially at night. And I'm like, I didn't know. My second one is, I guess, 2 in 1, but really it's short, so it's sweet. It's not like the first one. I've been almost run over 3 times since I've been here, like near-death experiences. Like someone is watching over me because I don't know how I'm still alive. There's a really cute area where I live that's like a road that's like a loop, and it feeds off a lot of different roads, right? And they close it on Sundays so people can walk and ride their bikes and rollerblade and blah blah blah, right? And I love that area, and it's like close to my house where I walk there sometimes. So that day I was going grocery shopping at an HEB there. I was walking back home. It was dark, again, nighttime, you know. I'm crossing in the little loop. There's like a road feeding here, and then like it's a whole line cutting through the loop, right? And then there's the little like from this sidewalk to this sidewalk. Like I'm literally crossing nothing, like the tiniest chunk of land, okay? And this crazy freaking driver from the road over here zooms all the way through the loop into the other road and just honks at me when I was already crossing the road. Like he could see I was crossing the road, and passes like just in front of me. Like I stopped. If I had kept walking, I would have been hit. Like I was like what the heck? Like first of all, you're not even supposed to do that, okay? There's a lot of stopping places in the whole loop, so you don't do that. Like what? Like I was in shock, but I was like, okay, whatever, I guess it's just how people drive here. I'll be more careful or whatever, who knows. And the other time I was walking to, at school here, there's a McDonald's like a 15-minute walk away, and that day specifically I was craving some McDonald's. You know, I was craving my American junk food, like I wanted some. So I walked to the McDonald's. I'm walking back, I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, and there's this road that's like really awkward to cross, but like I can't get to where I'm going unless I cross that area. I look, not a singular car in sight. Zero, nothing, nada, yet. So I'm crossing the road. Again, it's not even that thick of a road. Like it's quick. A car out of freaking nowhere honks when he's already in front of my face. Like I didn't even see him. I literally felt the wind like blow back into my face and my feet. This far, I kid you not. Like I could literally see the tire go this far past from my foot. Like I was like, what just happened? Like my like heart sped up like crazy. Like I genuinely thought I had been hit. Like I was like like what just happened? Like that was the closest a car has ever been to me, and he was going so fast that I was like, what just happened? And so I'm like, you know what? I give him the benefit of the doubt, of course, being sweet little me. I'm like, okay, maybe his brakes are like broken and that's why he didn't like brake. Like that's why maybe he honked and he was trying to warn me and he just like didn't, you know, he couldn't control it. Literally after he almost took my life, down a little more down the street, the butthead starts braking for a speed bump. You're telling me you're gonna slow down for a speed bump so your car doesn't go flying, but you're not gonna slow down for an actual human being? Like, you were just gonna kill me and that's fine? Like, I don't know. I was scared that day, and I lost my faith in drivers here. That's why I don't drive. And I love walking, but those days is like, it makes me not want to walk anymore. I haven't been back to McDonald's since that day because it scares me every time. I hate moving when there's cars moving. Like when I'm driving, there could be 6 chances for me to turn, and I'm still gonna wait for that 7th time when there's no cars coming, because every single time I think I'm gonna kill myself. Like I can't do it. It's so scary to me. And walking is like, I feel like I have more of an instant reaction because I'm only controlling my own body, but also like I can't move out of the way as fast. So I can't. I'm already scared enough with cars as it is, and after those 3 times, I'm just like, one of these days they're gonna get me, and I'm not gonna move out of the way, and I'm not gonna stop in time. And bye-bye, Valeria. My last story is probably just my stupidest story. I think the amount of things that I like study in a day and the amount of things I try to remember and the amount of things that I read, it's just my brain's so overwhelmed with what I'm learning that I don't have space to have common sense or basic minimum like thinking knowledge skills. Never let me online shop for something, especially tickets for anything, whether it's movies or concerts, or don't let me do it, because I will not double check that, and we will not end up at the right place, and we will not get there on time, and we will not get there on the day. When Abel was still in the house, he's an exchange student that was living with us for the first semester. I was like, hey, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie just came out. Do you want to go watch it with me? Because I hate going to places by myself. And all the people that I've met here live really close to the school, and I don't live close to the school. I live like 20 minutes away from the school. So he was like, yeah, when? And I'm like, I don't know, like it was a week that I had like just one class every day. So I was like, I don't know, like maybe Friday we can go, because Thursday is like I have to present like my final project thing for it. So Friday like night we can go. And he was like, okay, cool. And so I was like, perfect. So I buy the tickets on Thursday for Friday. I thought I was buying them for Friday. I didn't change the date. I forgot. I buy the tickets. And I'm like, okay, they're all done. They're all set. Didn't even double check them. Who knows, right? And Friday, you know, we're getting ready. And I get a little cutesy. I get a little dressed up. Like I did a whole outfit and makeup based off of Chica. Like, because I love dressing up for movies. It just makes it so much more fun, even if people think I look stupid. Like, it's just my own way of having fun with it, you know what I mean? Like, Barbie, I dressed up all pink, everything. And then Five Nights at Freddy's, I was just feeling like I wanted to dress up, so I looked like this. I thought I looked adorable, okay? I was just feeling myself. I was having fun with it. I just went off of her color scheme, and I was just like, this is gonna be like fun and silly and cute. We take an Uber to the place. Get there, we had extra time to buy snacks, to get in our seats. Like, I thought it was perfect, perfectly planned, perfectly everything, right? And then right before they're like gonna let us into the cinema, like our room. I'm trying to pull up my tickets so they can scan them, and I don't see my tickets in my wallet anymore. And I'm like, where are my tickets at? I click on the expired ones, and I'm like, maybe they're there by accident. I don't know. They were there, but they weren't there by accident. They were there because I bought them for Thursday, and it was Friday night. I had paid also like a good amount of money for how much movie tickets are here. Like, they're pretty cheap, but those were like US prices, because I had paid for like a VIP cinema where we would get reclining seats and stuff, and not just like chairs. Movie theater and eatery type of thing, okay, if you know where that, like, what that is like. I was like, I bought those tickets for nothing. Are you kidding me? That was such a waste of money. But I'm like, we are not going back home. I'm dressed up. I'm not gonna go home and take off this makeup and the hair that I just spent so much time doing, and my outfit that I picked out, and I sprayed perfume and everything. Like, I am not going back home. We are watching that movie. Like, I did not plan anything for tonight because we were gonna watch this movie. Like, I'm not doing anything else but watching this movie. So he was like, but we can't. Like, we can't. And I'm like, we're watching that movie. I go back on the website. There were no more tickets for that night at that place we were at, but there were tickets, way cheaper tickets, at a different movie theater that was close to there, but not like there. And it wasn't VIP, it was just normal, but I was like, I don't care, we're going. We take another Uber to the place, and it was this fancy freaking mall. Like, it's really pretty. This movie was all the way on the like top floor. We get there, like, right after we ordered snacks. They shut down like the machines to, like, the kiosks to order the snacks on. So I was like, oh my god, perfect timing. And we get our food, we go into the movie room, and it was good, and we watched it, and it was really funny, and it was in English, and it was sleigh, and, you know, it was a good night. And then we got my godfather to pick us up because I was not paying for another Uber home. But yeah, it was really silly. Some of it was a waste of my money, and then he got mad at me for not like thinking and checking it and everything, and I was like, I don't want to hear it because I've had stressful weeks. I just had finals. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I know I messed up. I don't want to hear it. We're watching it, and that's it. Who cares? We didn't get reclining seats, but we got to watch it, so it was fine. And then I got home, and I felt good about my night. Those were probably my 3 worst so far. They're not that bad. The first one was the worst one of all. I've had all other little ones, but, you know, they're not like terrible. They're just like little bumps in the road. Here is my last video that I posted. So you can go watch that. It's actually, I love that video. It's a day in my life now that I'm in 2nd semester and I have new classes and I have new routines. So you should go watch that. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I love you so much. I'll see you in a week. Bye.